Hello, hello. What's up, brother? I was just gonna show you what this sim could do. I'm in Spain right now. I don't know if you're interested in this at all, but it's pretty neat. I figured I'd show you the startup of a 737 from cold and dark. Maybe taxi out and take off. Don't know if you care to watch it, but you let me know. Maybe I'll record a full flight once. Do like ice slip to Fort Lauderdale or some shit shorter maybe. So anyway, this whole inside the plane is modeled. You could pretty much go wherever. Some traffic out here. This airports kind of populate the ground traffic and stuff. It's pretty cool. Let's turn this puppy on. Emergency lights. These are the outside lights, logo lights. You could see this kind of. If it was pitch black, you'd see that. Let's do the electric hydraulic pumps. Gonna align the IRSs. This is the part that takes the longest. Typically the pilots only do this the first time the plane is started up, and then they remain aligned for the rest of the day until the plane is done with all its routes. So this will take 7 minutes to align fully. Let's put some window heat on. Get some color on the panels. Hide the yoke real quick. Lights, lights, and lights. So I'll probably just do like a quick little takeoff and go around. So I'll probably only need, way less than this. I probably would need 7 tons of fuel. And let's say I have like 14 tons of shit on board. You could like simulate sounds of people loading and stuff. If you could hear that. So this simulates like as you're loading, and then depending on how the plane is set up, it actually changes the sounds dynamically. And you'll even have like a flight attendant come and shut the door when they're done loading. It's pretty cool. So I will put in just a quick takeoff. Where are we? We're at this airport. I'm gonna align it.
If you do not see space in the overhead bin directly above your seat, walk towards the back a little bit more.
You could hear the announcers and stuff.
Thank you.
The flight attendants. All right, so we're just gonna like circle around to the same airport. LEPA is an airport in Spain that I had just bought. You could look up the charts and stuff for it. I'll show you. Airport. So this is the airport that we're at. You can see where our plane is parked. And it is, where's the name of this? Palma de Mallorca, Spain. However you pronounce that. So we're going to be taking off 6 left right here. Probably circle around, land on 6 left. I don't know if I'll record the whole thing, but maybe just up into the takeoff to show you. And you let me know if you care to see any more of this shit. Record some more. Alright, so I got ground power hooked up right now. Got the IRSs aligning. Let me finish doing this. So we're going to say I want to depart from 6 left, straight out, and we're just going to land at, we'll do the ILS 6 left from here. Activate that. Usually you'd have to set up the whole flight plan from there, but since we're doing such a short route, I'm not setting up the whole thing. You could actually see kind of the plan that we set up here. So 6 left is taking off to the northeast, and then we circle around left, come in at ADX, and then land back at 6 left. It's kind of hard to see, but here's the runway, RW06L. And when this aligns, you'll see all these windows populate, like when the IRSs are finished aligning. The 0 fuel weight, this should match what we did over here. 0 fuel weight, 55.4, 55.4. I want to have some fuel left over when we land. This is how much juice the engines are going to use. And we're only going to go to like 5,000 feet, maybe 6,000 feet here. So 6,000 feet. Temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. We're going to derate the engine so we're not like full power. We'll save the life of the engines a little bit. Take off with flaps of 5, and here are the speeds. V1, V rotate is when we pull back on the stick, and V2 is what we climb at. I could start a baby crying back there. Alright, so now we put all this information in the MCP here. So our V2, which is what we're climbing out at initially, is going to be 144. This is going to add, I think, 10 or 20 knots once we take off, just for safety. We're going to climb up to 6,000 feet. And I think the runway heading is already set up. 058 degrees, 058 degrees, yep, set up. Put the flight directors on. I'm going to put the APU on now. This is pretty cool, this thing. This is an auxiliary power unit, so we start the engines and we put the air conditioning on for the plane, just like in real life, just to keep the passengers cool. So if you could hear it starting out here. It's this thing right in the back is the APU. So it's like a little mini jet engine that powers the airplane, so you don't have to keep the big engines running on the ground. All right, so once that is fully running, you're going to see these lights, this light go on, meaning I could actually power the aircraft now from this engine. You'll hear it click over. All right, now we're going to turn the APU bleed on, and then you'll hear air coming out. I don't know if you could hear that or not, but air would be coming out now in the back seats, so the vents out of these guys right now. And just like when you're on the plane, when you hear the plane start, these will shut off briefly because you need all the air to go to the engine. All right, so we got air going to the passengers now. Temperature should be going up a little bit now since it's cold. Set this to 6,000 feet. And we will tell these idiots to, at some point soon, sit down and put their seatbelts on. Actually, I'll probably do that right now. Whenever you turn the fuel pumps on, you tell them to sit down and shut up. I just want to make sure we're fully aligned, and we are. So now we have all these displays populated because we are aligned. So let me call. This is a really cool, this is a plugin that allows you to call a pushback truck and set the pushback path, so you don't have to like steer it yourself. You could just start the engines and stuff.
Ground to cockpit, can acknowledge. Coming through the menu when you are ready.
And it's like, since we're in Spain, it changes the voices to that. So let me tell these fools to sit down, shut the fuck up.
Since the captain is called, and as somebody tends to take their seats for a little bit, so please make sure you're in your seat
Alright, fuel pump's on. We're gonna do this. Now they should be shutting the doors. Yep. So now you'll see out here. Yep, cargo doors are shut.
All right, we've got everyone strapped in. Give us a ring if you need anything.
Thanks, hon. Alright, thank you. You can check the weather here. Put on this is the squawk code. I always just set it to my address, I don't know why. 2524. Alright, let's call that pushback tug.
Ground to cockpit. Tau is driving up.
Thank you. We're gonna check the weather real quick.
Palmadama Yurka information Victor. 300 Zulu
set.
weather. Wind calm.
Set.
Visibility more than 10. Sky clear.
Okay.
Temperature 14.
Just make sure the altimeter is set properly so you don't crash into the freaking ground. Here comes the tug. Gonna hook up to us and push us back. And you can hear the announcers doing their thing now if I open the door.
Information card in your seat back pocket. If you have a condition that would prevent you from performing the functions listed on the card, let us know.
It's pretty cool. Well, sounds are really good in this. So basically this is the anti-collision light. When you turn that on,
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed.
it tells
Ready
people
to
that you're going to
connect.
start the engine soon. Alright, so this guy's connecting up. We're going to start the engines briefly. Fuel is going to them right now. Let's make sure we're all good here. Yep, fully aligned. Trim air on. We're going to have to shut these packs off, which are the air conditioning, when we start the engines. Yeah, we're all good here. We'll turn all these lights on and everything after we get on the taxiway. Sun's starting to come up over there in the horizon. He'll tell us when we're all hooked up and then we'll push back.
Tau connected and bypass being inserted. Release parking brake.
Okay. Here's the parking brake.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Alright, the engine, the jetway's pushing back now. It's pretty cool. This is a really detailed airport. It's nice. Looks real. Look at that beautiful scenery, huh? This game is looking really good. Check out the other window. It's nice and dark. It's fascinating, you know?
Place the vest over your head, wrap the strap around your waist, and buckle it in the front. Once outside the aircraft...
Alright, so let's start this puppy up. So, packs off. Hear the air go off. Okay, now we're gonna turn the first engine on. You'll see this spool up, and you could hear it start out here.
Laboratory Federal Aviation Regulations.
Kind of hear it out, hear it over here too.
With a lighted path.
All right, and then at 25, yep, give it fuel.
Regarding seatbelts and smoking.
Okay, that one's good now. I'll show you what it looks like in here for the next engine. So, this is going to spool up the N2. This is how fast the blades are moving. And when this gets to 25, we basically introduce fuel, which is this level right here. And then you'll see the EGT rise, and that's the exhaust gas temperature. Right here. So now you know it's starting to combust. Can't go past that red line right here.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Yeah, we're safe. Set parking brake.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
Alright, now both engines are started. Oil pressure, oil temp is rising. Now what we could do is switch the power over because it's still on the APU, so switch the power now to the engines. Put the packs back on. for the air conditioning. Now I'm going to shut off the APU bleed and then turn the APU off. Tell him he can disconnect. Put on the pitot heat. This is the little probes on the front of the aircraft. Alright, so we're looking good here. Continuous for takeoff. We're going to put the taxi lights on now. See how it's dark out here now? Throw this taxi light on.
Stow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal on the left. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
You could do extra lights in here if you want. Don't really need it at the moment. Alright, speed, automatic brakes set to takeoff. I'm going to put the flaps down 3 notches. 1, 2, 3. So that's that flaps 5 that I said earlier. And you can see the flaps going down right now to take off. Okay, flaps down. Now we do a little test to make sure all the controls are good. Full forward, full back, full left, full right, and then the rudder. Left, right, okay, that's good. We're gonna put this to transmit. So now the ATC can pick up where we are on the ground via radar because we're squawking this code right here, so they'll see what plane we are, which is nice. All right, so that's good. We got that. Okay. I'm going to take the brake off. We're going to start rolling here. So now I can check this where we're at. So we're going to taxi to the end of the runway here. And I'll probably turn at this next one right here. Turn right and then a left, go to the end. Get some extra lights here. Turn off lights. It's basically these lights on the side. Give you a little extra lighting. I'm going to turn the weather radar on now and the terrain radar, which is cool. You'll see a picture of the grounds around the aircraft. This is basically higher terrain than us, so I'm going to expand it a little bit. And you can see this red. These are these mountains to the right over here, these peaks. So we're on like a low area here where the airport's located. Turning right now, and then we'll go left. Give it some gas. Sun's going to be coming up soon. And the cockpit's going to turn orange probably. It's the one thing they got to work on a little bit is like the lighting, the ambient lighting. But the auto throttle to arm, we're good on all this. I think we're pretty good with everything. Once we get to the end here, we'll just take off. I'll probably end the video. And yeah, if you dig watching this stuff, let me know. I will make some more. Or if you'd rather like military shit, blowing shit up. I always find this fascinating because it's, I don't know, it's like what pilots do every day for a living, like, you know, regular pilots. So you can see how dark when you move away from the lights it gets. You could kind of turn that up a little bit. got a couple things to do before we get on the runway, which I'll just do when we're kind of rolling over there. All right, slow down, make this turn. This is the tiller. This is actually how the pilots steer the plane on the ground, because the rudder only has so much authority. All right. So we're gonna put on all the takeoff lights, the big bright ones, the wing lights, and we're gonna put on the flashing position light. Okay. Look left.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Thank you. All right, we're gonna also squawk now, transmit and receive. Okay. Here's the runway coming up. See the nice bright lights. And then basically the last thing to do when we set the throttle is start this timer, the flight timer. So you can see the position lights now flashing. Okay. Gonna line up. Okay. Start the timer. We're gonna let them spool up to around half, 50%. Once they stabilize, toga. And you can see V1, VR coming up on the bottom left.
V1, rotate.
Rotate. Here we go. And we're off.
Positive rate.
Gear up. After 400 feet, you can engage autopilot.
400.
There's 400. Autopilot. That, huh? Beautiful. Okay, so after a takeoff checklist, it's the gear lever. Once the gear is up, you can put that back to neutral. Turn off the taxi lights. Takeoff lights stay on. And then once you get about 2,500 feet, you could accelerate. And there's the beautiful scenery. Little hazy, it looks like, this morning in Spain. All right, and we're past 2,500 feet, so now we're going to accelerate up to flap up speed. And then once we get to these marks here, put the flaps up. You'll see this little lever right here. All right, so I'm gonna do flap 2. I have a switch on the joystick, that's why I don't have to like physically touch it. All right. Flap 1, and then when we get to up, I can do up. And then you'll see this indication 2 here. Go to up. So now the slats are coming in on the front of the wing. And flaps are in. Now we're free to accelerate to 250. Once we get to 6,000 feet, I'll circle around. You'll be able to see us now on the next chart that we need, which is the
1,000 to go.
Approach chart for ILS 6 left. This is the one I chose. So here we are, leaving the airport, then we're going to make a left. We're going to come in at ADX here, and then back around for the the landing. But that's it, brother. Now I would turn the plane. Yep, so we reached our altitude. That's why the engine's spooled back. So we're at 6,000 feet already. I'm gonna keep this set to the altimeter setting. I think I could even turn these lights to, if I remember correctly. Yeah, cabin lighting. I could do night, sleep. Let's see how that looks. Yeah, a little quieter. I mean, a little darker, rather. That's kind of a glitch. I think that's my PDF pad that I'm seeing a reflection of all the way over here. Is that what that is? If I shut this off. Yeah, it's gone now. Interesting. Little glitch. Yeah. We should be hitting these mountains. We have no warnings on the terrain radar, which is good. Oh yeah, I kind of said I would stop recording now, huh? Well, whatever. Watch as much as you want. And then what I'll do is I'll just do a direct waypoint to ADX via the FMC here. So you can see ADX right now. We're turning right on it. Perfect little go around. And then what I'll do is I'll make this our next waypoint, execute, and then LNAV. So now LNAV is going to follow this little magenta line perfectly. So now we're headed back. So that's where we took off. Kind of went straight, turned around. Now we're headed back. It's fascinating. Fascinating simulation, brother. I could shut this off. I don't need this right now. Yeah, I might end it here. And then if you want to see a landing, let me know. Landings are kind of cool. That's it. No warnings, no lights. You can see these peaks out to our right. It's still green, so still below us, but they're showing up now on the radar. Yeah, it's beautiful. All right, brother, take luck.